May you find happiness and peace, and may your home stand the test of time.
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mary. Today I'll be reacting to should we judge people by the color of their skin? So without further ado, let's get started.
Hi, my name is Erin. I'm a student here, and I'm an African American Studies major. But one thing I do agree with that you haven't said tonight is the school choice thing. I do agree that you should be able to go to a school that's outside of your zip code. I went to a great high school. That's exactly why I was able to come here. But my other question is that what are some examples of critical race theory? Because I know, like, another question that another girl came, she said that she had to learn CRT in her sorority, and what I thought it was is that, you know, you should know how to interact with people of other races, because I went to a school where it's, you know, mostly Caucasian people, and I had to learn how to interact with other people. So is it something like that, or is it something deeper that we don't really know?
No, it's super simple. So let me just kind of ask you, I bet we agree. Do you support black-only dormitories?
Well, when I think of black-only dormitories, I believe that you're talking about, like, maybe HBCUs, because it's mostly black people.
No.
Where are these?
Western Washington University, public school in Washington, has black-only dormitories. Is that something you would support?
I mean, I would probably live in one, but I mean, that
Wait, so you don't want to live with white people?
I didn't say, I mean, I didn't say that. But I mean, it's kind of hard. Sometimes, like, I have multiple, I mean, you know, I have a lot of white friends or whatever, but sometimes, I mean, it's hard to fit in here.
Well,
when you go here and you're a different color. I mean, it's not hard
what would you support white-only dormitories?
It's some around here. Not many black people go here, so it technically is white only if you think about it.
No, it's not. No,
I mean,
let me ask you another question.
I don't think anybody here would. Oh, well, some people might, you know, support that. I mean, I never said I supported any only kind of thing.
That's why I'm asking, right? I think that, you know.
Do you support white only dormitories?
Absolutely not. I think it would be racist.
It's
and
preposterous.
disgusting.
I believe that.
And guess what? Black only dormitories are racist too.
I mean, I guess so. I might live in one if I could, but I can't. So.
Okay. Well, let me ask you another question. At Columbia University, they have black-only graduation ceremonies. Would you support that?
I mean, is it just like, so are they not able to graduate with the white people? Is that why they can't?
Well, they have a separate ceremony just for black people.
Oh. I mean, I guess it's kind of like the separate ceremony when they don't want to go to graduation. They want to do it online. That's how I think of it.
So do you think segregation is evil and wrong?
I mean, black people weren't even able to join sororities here until 2012. So, not the PhD ones. So, you know, segregation here, George Wallace stood in front of the doors.
I just know that's not true, and, like, there's...
Okay, when were PhD sororities and fraternities desegregated? 2013. Oh,
so you're trying to tell me that black people were not able to join a fraternity because of the color of their skin?
Do you remember George Wallace too? Segregation now, segregation, you know, for all, forever.
That's what
that happened as well.
That's what you're espousing when you say that black-only graduation ceremonies or dormitories.
Black-only graduation ceremonies are the least of our problems, least of yours. Do you think that you'll be able to go to a HBCU and have this same turnout and have these same people? Let me tell you.
I would hope so, but I mean.
So what would you say to them?
But here's the thing. I'm sorry, what?
What would you say to a room full of black people about critical race theory?
You know what I would say? I'd say your skin color means nothing. You're made in the image of God.
You're right. But I completely agree. But I can tell you right now. I'm a Christian. I believe in God, but I have been going here for 3 years. I'm a junior. I have I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
I have most definitely faced racism and prejudice no matter what I believe in, and it's just really hard to sit up here and listen to people come up here and say, oh, I don't want to learn CRT. It's just making you able to interact with other types of people. I have no problem.
No, it's not. So let me just tell you. So at the Georgia public schools in Atlanta, they put black sixth graders in one classroom and white sixth graders in another classroom. Is that evil?
I've never seen. Can you show me a video of those kids?
Atlanta segregation of public schools.
Well,
it was
please
national
show me.
news.
Not to interrupt, but I have family members that go to schools in these areas, and I also have people who live in redlining districts where they can't go to good schools.
Do you support segregation?
No, I do not.
Okay, we agree. Therefore, black-only dormitories and black-only graduation ceremonies and putting sixth graders in one classroom based on skin color or the other, those are outgrowths of CRT.
So learning. So okay. So give me an example of what critical race theory is. I don't.
So
that was my first
I'll be
question.
happy to tell you. So critical race theory is an emphasis at saying skin color matters, that the color of someone's skin is important in judging the value of the human being.
I get that, but if you were teaching a class that is like that was talking about critical race theory, we were all sitting here.
Yes.
What would your lecture be? Like, tell me what are your points? Like, who is this author that you're
So
reading
Herbert
from?
Marcuse and
Okay.
an author by the last name of Spinoza wrote a book called One-Dimensional Man in the 1960s. Herbert Marcuse came from the Frankfurt School in the 1930s, and he started this at Columbia University. Coming out of a Marxist belief of power dynamics, he believed that power struggles were not just the rich versus the poor, but also black versus white. And he wanted to expand the kind of conversation to also engage racial dynamics. Inherent in critical race theory is a belief that people are not individuals, they're members of tribes. Inherent in the idea of critical race theory is that there is no free speech or reason or scientific inquiry. These are white supremacist, Eurocentric constructs that have been put into the Western world. And the one that I think that is most prevalent, CRT believes racism is everywhere, that racism is the norm, that racism is within our systems, it's in our language, it's in our customs, it's in our codes, it's in all these sorts of things. Now, that's a super quick version of what CRT is, so happy to dive into that more, but I think we don't have to overcomplicate it, which is, do you think people should be judged based on the color of their skin?
It's not that I think that, but it's that it's happening, and you cannot ignore that I might not be treated the same as him as
so
he walks.
You're
through
right.
the
It
door.
is happening. Like at Coca-Cola, they say they need to train their employees to abolish whiteness. At AT&T, they said they would need to train their employees to get rid of whiteness. We have a supply and demand issue with racism in our country. We have an incredibly low supply of racism and an incredible demand to try to fulfill it. So we've created racism where it doesn't exist and try to turn everyone into mini racists against each other, which has now manifested itself into a massive anti-white movement in our country, where I believe, more than anything else, we should care about character, not skin color. Do you agree with that?
It's not. I don't believe that you understand what I'm saying. It's not that I don't agree with not. I'm sorry. Oh, it's not that I don't agree with, what you just said, but you have to realize that black people are like white people are not being hunted after. Y'all can come here and live a great freaking life. Alabama is a safe haven. These PhD fraternities and sororities are a safe haven
You
for white
think you're
people.
being hunted?
Let me tell. Okay, y'all can laugh, but until you have walked as a black person on this campus, y'all truly don't understand. And I've gone to school with white people my whole life. I've gone.
So
but it's just.
I will end with this. You're not being hunted at the University of Alabama, and there is no boogeyman that's trying to get you.
It's not. You're making it seem.
You live in the least racist country in the history of the world.
You're in Alabama. You are literally in the place where it's not okay.
You mean the place that has given you more talking time than any other person here, and where they sit
you think you're supposed to shut me
respectfully.
down and be like, go sit down? I mean, of
Yes,
course I'm gonna talk to you.
that
Of
would
course
have
you're gonna respond to
happened
me.
100 years ago. You're right. 100 years ago, you might not have been allowed to come into this room,
So I'm
which would have
supposed
been
to bow to you because that's
which would have been evil. No, instead, we are here, we're creating a movement to say we never want to go back to the segregation that once existed in this country that is now being pushed by people in corporate America, in academia, and other places. We want to strive for a country that cares about character and the soul and the spirit of the individual, not on tribes, not on the melanin content in people's skin. And I will say this as compassionately as I can, is that you are not being hunted as a black person in America. There's not a single statistic that affirms that. There's not a single data point. Instead, the opposite is true. We are the least racist, most accepting, multiracial country in the history of the planet, and I pray one day you'll be thankful to live in that country. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you.
Everybody.
CJ, come here. Really quick. I have a question. Come here. Go right there. Right there. So CJ, just really quick, you're a black person. Are you hunted at the university?
You know, I don't feel hunted at this university, but I guess the difference between me and some people here is that I don't choose to be a victim, Charlie, which I think is the biggest problem we have here today are people who wake up every single day looking for a reason to be oppressed, looking for a reason to cry and make an excuse about why they're not in a position to go win. I don't see the color of my skin as a disability. I see it as simply an accessory that I couldn't control. I've been black all my life. I've been black today, and I'm thriving here. I think that's a roll tide right there, right? I don't know.
And so, CJ, let me ask you, CRT, racist?
It's not just racist. It's the exact iteration of white supremacy, just in reverse. I think it's important that we start teaching young people not to hate other people because of the color of their skin. We can teach black people to be proud of who they are without telling white people they should be ashamed of who they are. You know?
Amen. Yeah. So, closing thought, CJ. Is this trying to divide the country?
It's not only trying to divide the country, it's trying to break apart the foundation upon which it was built. You know, people forget the words of MLK, Rosa Parks, all those people who fought so hard for us to be a united country where we didn't see the color of one's skin but their character. This is about taking us away from the vision and the dream of Martin Luther King and just taking us to the dream of Kamala Harris, and I don't want to live that dream.
Amen. CJ, you're a great American. Give it up for CJ, everybody. So good. God bless you, man. Everybody, this was great tonight. I want to thank some of the disagreements. It was great as always. Everybody, Alabama's a great state. It truly is. And I just want to say God bless this wonderful country and for everyone being here tonight. And in closing, the future is dependent on what you do. If we act and if we're optimistic and solution-oriented, our best days are ahead. It is a gift from the Lord to live in America, the greatest nation ever to exist in the history of the world. God bless you guys, and roll tide. God bless.
Wow. You know, the way Charlie carries American, like, anyway, he loved the country and he feels like America is the greatest country to be in. And you see, I get where the lady is coming from. She feels like, yeah, she has lived with white all her life and she feels sometimes, and I get it, you know, as a foreigner living in Ghana, sometimes I experience the same thing, but it's not like that, like kind of you go outside and everyone make you feel like you're not supposed to be here. No, they sometimes, you see, they are not used to you and they want to welcome you in. So it depends on the energy you give to them that they will reciprocate back to you. Yeah, I've seen some people that feels like, what are you doing in our country? You're taking our job. This. I get it, you see, and it's not force. I'm here and I'm working, so it's normal. Someone is supposed to be doing the work I'm doing, but because of how good I am or have improving my experience now, I am opportune to go to places they cannot go to, and I feel it's normal, okay? Because if you decide to visit my country, you are not going to be idle. You're going to look for something to do, and doing something in my country, you're taking someone's place too. So it's normal. This is how the world exists. The world exists to be able to be free. You know, freedom of movement, freedom of expression, freedom of work. You can work wherever you want to work and enjoy it. So it depends on your mindset. That you see what CJ said. CJ said, when you look at yourself as a victim, that is when this mindset will keep on kicking in. But when you look at yourself as a human, you see, you're not looking at yourself based on the color of your skin. Not everyone will accept you. Even if you are good, even if you decide to give out everything you have, people will still hate you. So the thing is, accept it like that. Okay, that is how the world, work. And like, move beyond that. Like, if you keep on having the mindset like, oh, they hate me, they don't like me, this, you won't go far. But when you have the mindset like, we are all human, so as far as I'm here, as far as I'm experienced, I deserve to be here. You see, when Charlie started talking about, in 100 years' time, you will not be allowed to do this. She was talking, so should I bow to you? Should I do this? Should I do this? The thing is, Charlie is trying to make a point that, yes, the world is evolving. You see, though everyone will not go with the flow, but eventually, majority of the people would go with what is happening now. You can't say 90% of people you've met in this life are against you or hate you because you're black. Maybe it might be like 10%, 20%. At least it's still fair. You still have almost 80% that love you beyond the color of your skin. And that is the country America is turning into. That is the country the world is turning into. You see, same thing happened in Nigeria. When the northern Nigeria had dispute with the southern Nigeria, we fought. A whole lot of people died. Almost millions of people lost their life. But today we are living in peace. I from the south can marry a lady from the north, and they will accept. And a guy from the north can marry a lady from the south, and it's normal. We are living as a country, not based on the hate that happened, back then. a whole lot of people are moving away from it. People are not yet used to the fact that yes, they have to be with black, accommodate black, work with black. It's normal. You see, when I'm renting house, you see, before I got my place I'm staying right now, I went to several places. They said no, I don't like Nigerians. I don't like Nigerians. I'm not going to hold you like because you don't like Nigeria, so I have to hate every other Ghanaian. No, I feel like it's your preference. So if you don't like me, I will surely get someone that will accept me and accept the money because I'm not staying in your house for free. I am paying. So if you don't want my money because you don't accept my people, I will get someone that will do that. So I'm not going to hate everyone. No, it's that's how it is. Not everyone will like you. So the high time we get used to this, the better for all of us. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section. If it is your first time visiting the channel, click on the subscribe button. Thanks for watching and remember bless.